K1 part 2. Anyway. Let's get into it. Too many questions. Huh? So bright. It actually hurt, but it felt like I was being broiled in pure light. Broiled ham, broiled steak, chuck roast. Are you okay, Ashley? What in the world is that beam of light? I'm fine. How about you? She's never awake. Huh? Oh yeah, everything seems fine with me too. I'm impressed you thought to check in with me so quickly. Yeah, but now's not the time for that. Where are the others? Everyone sound off if you can. It looks like it's just Ashley and me here. Well, they're all really strong servants. I don't think that wiped them all out, but... Wait, I'm here. I'm in the next room. Oh, forget it. I'll just come out in my regular swimsuit. Sorry, guys. It was taking me longer to change than I expected. Why did you change? I wanted to match your outfits, so I'd seem like I belonged on the field ops team, but I guess I missed my chance. You're worried about that, Chloe? Gosh, someone so close to being totally naked, you really earnest, aren't you? It reminds me of Muramasa. Oh, please. Oh, count on Miss Avalon to be without tact. But don't worry about that. That swimsuit looks super great on you too. It's cute and cool all at once, isn't it, Ashlyn? Wow. Neither choice is true. Absolutely. I guess. I don't know. Really? Well then, maybe I'll stay like this a little longer. Please don't. Okay, why don't we check out the lobby for now, especially since it doesn't look like anyone else is here. Yeah, sounds good. I'm curious how we ended up in this room. What if we're lucky? Maybe someone will know where everyone went and what happened to the city. Do we wake up with one of the Knights of the Round Table if we play as the Mail Master? Another reset. I suppose I should not have let my guard down just because it's still day 5. I even set up a base on the beach along with our mishmash team of Summer Tamamo, Red One Chance, Altera, and Runaway Arc. Even though we are always at each other's throats. I don't know who Red One Chance is. Runaway Arc, I'm not 100% certain on, but... Tamama, Altera, and Nero together. That is, How about you, Okusai? How did you do? We had our hands full too. We could tell there was a big old fire burning down the main street from up in the mountains. But we couldn't run anywhere without those damn fire spirits getting in our way. As soon as we got down from Diamond Head, that damn flash kicked in, and here we are. Some swimsuit sword master, some fairy I turned out to be. I couldn't even get to the fire in time, let alone put it out. What? Please don't be so hard on yourself. OA. Yeah, the reason the fire didn't spread into the forest. Yeah, exactly. Even if you'd run the whole way, you'd never have made it to the city in time. I think putting out fires on the mountain was the best we could have done. I mean, we still managed to protect the tourists in the end. Now, more importantly, we need to figure out what we're going to do next. I mean, those fire monsters were too strong even for you two, right? Kyoyo, Yuyu. I'm afraid so. I could tell they were grudge spirits similar to my flames of passion. But there was so much noise, I simply couldn't determine what sort of emotion gave rise to them. How about you, Yang Wuifei? Can't say anything for sure yet either. At first they seemed like my ladies in waiting, but when I actually touched them, they were nothing alike. They're not monsters or Oni or Western spirits. Seriously, what are they anyway? Well, they are Western. Ish. So neither the beach team nor the mountain team had any luck. Now what are we going to do? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that in a bad way. My convention center team didn't fare much better either. Even though I gathered together servants who were still motivated to keep trying, we failed to capture that infuriating priestess. Of course not! There's only one person in all of the Chaldea that can capture that priestess. I feel terrible about it. They would never have failed if I had convinced them to join the team in the first place. And now I wish we had just picked a single point in the city and bet it all by concentrating our firepower there. I mean... Please don't be so hard on yourself, Saint Martha. It's nobody's fault that we failed, least of all yours. The Shrine Deity's priestess comes and goes at a moment's notice. There's no telling where she'll be until she's already there. Yeah, the other time she set fire to Blackbeard's whole pike fleet at anchor in the harbor. Even though the Shrine Deity is huge, it shows up out of nowhere, just pops right out of the ground. Someone's definitely summoning it. That's why we should focus on trying to defeat the priestess. Whoa, this pressure from the swimsuit servant and veterans is nuts. Now, I'm really glad I went with something more flamboyant for mine. I'm not! I fucking hate it. Anyway. Man, this place is way more lively now. That's for sure. Everyone's so gorgeous and gets along with each other so well that it kind of fills me up just watching them. Ashlyn, Natalia, Chloe, I'm so glad to see you're all okay. Of course they are. They had 3 idiots from the round table with them. They had 3 idiots with them. Oh. They weren't going to let anything happen to Master, no matter how crazy strong the priestess might be. Hold up, that's a chick who looks like Pops, but isn't. What was her name again? Oscar, I'll just call you Manny. You punks the only ones who came back to your room. Manny? We're gonna call most definitely not old man. Manny? Okay. Manny, are you saying I look like a man? Hey, you're the one who... You're Ashton's manager this time, right? Smash was taken and all? Oh, so it's a nickname for manager. I'm so sorry. I was thinking. I can't believe how meek this Mordred is. They're nothing like the Knight of Treachery I read about in the library. They're not meek, though. Yeah, whatever. Look, none of the round table idiots were in your room, right? Damn it, I can't believe this. Maybe the Enshrined Deity's flames reduced them to ash, or Mikosur's hammer turned them into stickers. Either way, I guess they went softer than I thought. If they bid it on their first run, I'd laugh at the dumbasses if it wasn't so sad. Hey, let's go! It's not just that Suzuko goes and was missing too. I see, I'm sorry, I didn't see her either, so she probably isn't anywhere in the hotel. Still, the Knights of the Round Table and Suzuko are all exceptional servants. I'm sure they're probably just restarting in a different location. Yeah, there's no way Suzuko was hurt. She was more fired up for summer than anyone. People have been mentioning resets and restarts for a while now, but we still don't know what they're talking about. Alright, y'all just got to Hawal Trail, so you still don't know about the island's new administration. They really needed to give it a better name. Whatever. Let me give you a quick rundown. Never mind. Here's someone who could explain it much better. Is it Her Majesty? Never mind. What do you all think you're doing gathering here? A hotel lobby is still a public space. Servant Fast Normalization Regulation number 6. Any gathering of servants with more than 30 in attendance must be reported to the committee. So unless you want to be classified as a sect, I suggest you all go your separate ways right now. Good, good. I'm glad to see you're all so reasonable. It wouldn't be very elegant to force you to leave after all. Interesting! Is that? Sorry for the disturbance, manager. I hate to do this, but it's my job. Oh. Oh, are you 3 new guests here? I didn't think we'd be getting any new additions. Ah, I see. You must be general admission here for the finale on the final day. That's not a problem. I'm Yarandu, the head of the executive committee in charge of keeping this event safe and peaceful. I hope you enjoy your time here at the new Servant Fast convention and this Hawaltria Singularity. That is such a shit name. Oh my life. Yarandu, are you sure you don't mean Naknaria? Yes, I'm sure. Is there something strange about my name? I can assure you, I'm a Hawaltrian spirit of good lineage. Oh, interesting. 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 Okay. You're a wind and dance fairy, right? The kind that dances nude, plays bone drums, skins animals, and performs other primitive religious rituals deep in the woods. Although you are dressed pretty fashionably for a member of that clan. What? I've never skinned an animal, done any of that other stuff in my life. You're the only primitive one here. And what's up with that swimsuit? Anyway. Nognoria is a warrior, not whatever that is. You should be showing off your annoying, perfect natural figure, not just your skin. Right, something like a full-bodied diving suit. This idiot is still an idiot, even in a summer spirit origin. Warrior, me? What a bizarre accusation to make. I can't say mine, though. But I'm definitely no warrior. I'm a musical spirit, just like you are. Now, who might you be? Oh, wait. Are you a human? Did you come from the world outside? We invited plenty of tourists from other singularities and Fey realms, but I've never seen one come with servants before. Are they your tenants? Your lovers? No, that can't be right. If anything, they must be more like pets. Both are colored wild animals, so I'm guessing they are your guardian beasts. Am I wrong? Nope. Nailed it. What was that? I had to. Well, either way, there are a lot of troublemakers here during Servant Fast, so fragile creatures like humans should be careful. You seem pretty harmless, so I won't ask about your lineage. Although, I can see from your expression that you know me too. Or rather, this Naknaria person I supposedly look like. So, there's some, shenanigans going on. But, you know. Again, I did do the JP version, so I have no idea what's going on. Okay, I see, I guess it just shows how big this world really is. I can't say I love the idea that there's another spirit who looks like me out there, though. I mean, what am I supposed to do with that information? It's neither a compliment nor an insult, right? No, I would say it's a compliment. No, I guess not, although the way you're reacting only highlights the resemblance even more. Anyway, unless there's something else you want to talk about, I better get going. I love that. Oh. I have to keep up with my patrols to make sure everything with Servant Fest goes smoothly. We want to have an incredibly big finale on the 7th day after all. So in the name of the Servant Fest Normalization Committee, any illegal clubs breaking the rules, and any servants doing whatever they feel like with no regard for others will be purged without exception. How long have I... Oh, 15 minutes, okay. Whew. Of course, I know I don't need to give any threatening speeches like that to you three, but it is my job, so I thought I'd just cover my bases. Oh, you can read all about this year's Servant Fest rules in that pamphlet, so be sure to give it a look. Quest note opening! Eh? You know battles again, let's go. Okay, the pamphlet is very carefully written. That was one of the... Every Servant Fest to date has been far too lax. Even free expression needs firm rules to flourish. That is why the Servant Fest Normalization Committee, aka AAA, was created to prevent Servant Fest's further degeneration, restore it to its position as a place for healthy cultural expression. Okay. AAA's rules and regulations are as follows. One, fighting with other clubs prohibited. 2, all creative works must conform to committee-approved genres. 3, use of BB bucks, the root of all evil, is prohibited. 4, excessively taxing all-night creative sessions and hangouts are prohibited. 5, staying in Hot Well Trail for any purposes other than club activities, general attendance, or staff duties is prohibited. 6, gatherings that disturb the island's peace are prohibited, and all barbecues, outdoor concerts, game tournaments, and other such events require approval in advance. If any of these rules are broken, Servant Fest will be cancelled immediately. And the event schedule will revert to day 1. Oh! Interesting! Okay. There will be no exceptions even for the 7th and final day of Servant Fest. Oh shit! Imagine getting the reset on the final day! AAA encourages all attendees to obtain pure, righteous, and healthy minds as servants as Servant Fest comes to a close. So basically, what this is saying is... Yeah, that's pretty much what it boils down to, isn't it? Yeah, this year's Servant Fest is strict as all hell. The whole damn island gets upgraded to a World Trio, make it bigger than ever, but we can't enjoy it with the committee clowns running everything like the tight asses they are. We all resisted at first, but then that big flash hit, and the next thing we knew, the island was back to its old self like nothing had happened, and the Servant Fest day count had been reset. Reset? So you're actually repeating the same 7 days over and over again? Nah, it's not some weird fae bullshit like that. The island's condition and the day count get reset, but time's still moving forward. They're just pushing Servant Fest's end date back each time is all. So it's not a time loop this time. So if Servant has been reset a bunch of times already, does that mean several weeks have passed here? Yes, that's right. I'd say it's been around 30 days since we arrived. Oh, shit! Oh, man. It's only been like 3-4 days. Let's see. Ashton, you finished your work and Rayshifted here on the 5th day of summer vacation. So that would mean roughly 7 days passes in this singularity for every 1 day Chaldea Standard Time. Yeah, it looks that way. The pamphlet says as much too. So the result is a summer break that feels like it'll never end. I think Chaldea's summer vacation was around 20 days, so we could still have a lot of research in our future. Oh, and it's not like we're trapped here or anything. Anyone could go back to Chaldea whenever they want. Oh. Yeah, so most of the servants who came here are out enjoying the island on their own terms. Okay. The committee's rules may be strict, but you can't argue that they have a point. Now that the island is bigger, we do need a new organization to maintain the peace. Though I do think it takes its job a little too seriously, especially for something BB put together. I see. That explains some things up. Actually, Chloe, can I talk to you in private for a sec? B said she wanted us to find out who took over the singularity and make sure certain fest succeeds on top of that, right? So how do we square that with this new information? Maybe we should just ask these two the singularity's rulers? I really want to, but I don't think we should. BB also asked us to handle this while keeping the fact that the singularity's been taken over a secret, right? I know she's always acting like she's some kind of final boss. But she's a really good person at heart, so I don't want to make more trouble for her than we have to. That, and she's the type who'd blow herself up, and the whole world along with her if she ever fell back into a corner. Oh, jeez, yeah. Yeah, we should honor BB's request to keep that to ourselves. In that case, maybe we should ask these two if they've noticed anything suspicious? Okay, let's go with that. Go on, Ashton, you ask them. I guess this works. Well, yeah, those ass faces keep showing up to mess with Servant Fest. We have reached the finale ages ago, if not for them. Oh, interesting. True, then Trideity's priestess, that is, the one who was causing chaos earlier, is certainly a problem. But I'm more worried about them and when they might explode if it becomes a war with the committee. That would be my biggest concern. Who's them? So it sounds like there are servants who are against the committee's rule? Yes, during the second finale, there was a club that physically stopped the market from opening. Ever since, they've been working underground to try and bring back the old Servant Fest administration. They call themselves the Anti-Servant Fest Alliance, and their stated goal is to overthrow Haweltra. Okay, so... You want to meet with the anti-servant Fest Alliance yourselves. I'm sorry, but I can't help you there. We have no idea where their base is located. Guess only fellow Alliance members know that. That being said, you could still try exploring the island's eastern side. Waikiki! Waikiki! Your blonde friend there has never been to this island before, right? You could show her around town while you look for Alliance members. If you're lucky, you may even run into one of the knights of the round table Shizuka goes in. What's on your mind, Chloe? You look like you're really worried about something. Wait, really? Was it that obvious? Man, and here I thought I had a killer poker face. Oh, no, you weren't showing it on your face. I could just tell because I'm, a great detective. Like, your behavior gave you away in ways you didn't realize and stuff. See, then I guess I can't keep this secret any longer. Okay, Master, I have to ask you to handle this on your own for a while. There's something I have to do here, and I just picked up a lead on how I can do it. Well, more like I'm sure Jekyll will help me once I tell him what it is anyway. I'm sorry to spring this on you out of nowhere. I know I said I was going to be your assistant and everything. But it shouldn't take me long, and I'll let you know as soon as I'm done. She's gone! Oh, I'm gonna start by taking a look around. Yes, I know. I've heard that gathering information is the most basic part of working a case. So we need to ask around for anything we can learn while we look for our lost companions. There's still a lot we don't know about what's going on here, but the other servants who've spent longer should know plenty. So let's go talk to them peacefully, of course, and find the thief who took over the singularity. Hey there! Everyone, Master, about time showed up. Finally get all your homework done. I want to help you out, but the commander was very clear about you needing to handle it yourself. Still, the singularity is just a vacation. There's nothing urgent going on here. It's not like it's going to end soon. Besides, it feels better to kick back when you know you did all your homework on your own, right? Exactly. No matter how boring, annoying, or difficult a job might be, you should never pawn it off on someone else. The more you slack off, the more it will eventually come back to bite you. That's why it's best to do what you can when you can. Indeed, it's just like preparing for a battle. You can't let your guard down no matter who or what you're up against. In war, the first one to cut corners and try to take the easy way out always loses. If you want to beat your foe, you need to beat yourself first. For that, you can hang out all you want. But I see you clearly already know that. I'm not surprised. This is seasoned master as you are. Now, who might this lovely Mademoiselle be? I can see she's every bit the beauty you are. If she's here with you, then she must be a rogue spirit of great renown, no? Oh, hi. It sure is a lovely day, isn't it? It must be especially good tanning weather for those of you who prefer to wear your shirts so wide open. Oh, this girl doesn't look like she's well. Maybe she's a little dehydrated. No, she's just an idiot. Right, Napoleon, would you mind if we went our separate ways for a bit? Here, young lady, why don't you come with me? I know a great terrace cafe nearby where you can get something delicious to drink. You're welcome to join us too, of course, Ashlyn. The more... I will not even attempt to pronounce that. The better, I always say. Okay, so we're working now. I thought you were here because you finally finished all your work, so you're still not done then. Doesn't seem like you're talking about club activities either. Making a dojo definitely isn't easy, but you certainly wouldn't call it work. I guess it has something to do with BB then. I thought she was being really quiet. I should have known she was planning something again. Ugh. Oh, I mean, BB is technically involved, but she's also kind of not. Because the job is really just putting together a brochure on the island. And since you guys are such notable heroic spirits, I figured we could ask you some questions about it. Ah, I see. Then you are involved in club activity as well as public service. So learning all those reports file really taught you a lesson, huh? Decided to get this one done ahead of time, did you? What do you think, my fellow archers? Doesn't that sound like an endeavor worthy of our aid? Of course, King David. This kind of thing is what all bookmarking starts with, no matter the sort of book. Yeah, seriously, but I guess you're right. We do need to tell them what's up for their own good. Master, first thing you need to know is that this is Hoeltra, not Luluhawa. You're gonna need to know some things to survive here, and we're gonna show you what they are. Huh? Why are you all talking and taking up your weapons? Are we about to fight? So, yeah. I did 2 YOLO multis and got the lovely New Zerker.
私好みのかかとがあればいいけど、ま、鷹の積みはやめとくか。十分楽しく格の違いを知りなさい。今は失われた遠い夢は異論はありません。視線はそのまま。気に入りました。私の手にすがりつきなさい。肉体は特有、魂はこの湖、サマークールドズナ。まだまだリングクラレン。入刀します。思念体などなくて連戦は私の望むところ。
So, I don't think I'm gonna be able to hit this.
俺の辞書には不可能ってのがないそうだ。ぜれそっと寝てな。
Because I'm pretty sure there's no way to reduce skill cooldown. Because if I do this, that's 60. But I still have the stupid thing.
ファイナリティセット。聞き届けましょう。ザーコザーコ、何もわからないまま死んじゃえば。ベチフェイルノート。
This would have been perfect if we had Suburb of On.
物語を語りましょう。旅立ちの誓い、グゼの童話。幾手で羽は汚れても、冬の鳥は雨を越えて。その希望は消えはしない。ホークウィル・キャメロット。
これはひどい。これは逃げの一手かな。
リングバラティーつまらない造形だけど、足首だけはもらっておこうと。私勉強家だし。
Interesting how it's supposed to be 20% for being in front line and 20% bond boost to Mordred for thing, but Uh, okay, I'm gonna pause here. Take a small break. And then come back to it. So, be right back. And we're back. I've had dinner. Let's go. Damn, really got us good, but I guess a team of nothing but archers isn't exactly balanced, is it? I'll say, since Lancers are so strong against us, we really need a saber to counter them, as well as some caster support. If we need caster, we could always ask Merlin, who's enjoying himself in his summer outfit, but there's no way David and him would get along. They're so demo-like, they'd be stepping on each other's toes all the time. I got to watch Swin, but what's that all about? Did the normalization committee prohibit fighting anyway? Oh no, the clubs are forbidden from fighting. Individuals can fight all they like. Anyway, check it out. You just picked something up, right? So we're curry, huh? Guess this means we needed more brains than brawn to survive out here. Well, we can think about what this means later when we've got more time. All you need to know is that this Servant Fest is a special resource. Material composed of a core trait of your opponent. What? That's this, okay. They say collecting those will help with your creative direction, so you'll probably want to do that. Yep, the more you fight, the more your sensibilities get refined. At least that's how I interpreted it. So you should respect servants involved as serious collectors to challenge you to battles. As for us, we're part of the security staff, so our job is to keep the convention center safe. It seemed like you'll need these trait items a lot more than we will, so we thought we'd show you how to acquire them. So what else would you like to know? Since you beat us, we'll answer any questions you have. First smell total number is... The Anti-Servant Fest Alliance. Oh, sorry, we have heard of them, but we have no idea where their hideout could be. Most sorry we haven't heard anything about MASH, Suzuka Gozen, or the three Knights of the Round Table. I'm worried about where MASH could be, too. Knowing her, I'm sure she's fine, but still. So the biggest threat I could think of here in Ahoeltra, I'd have to go with the Enshrined Deity's Priestess. Keiku Mikasura, the weakest force witch who worships the god hiding in the Western Woods. She always shows up alongside the deity on the last day of Servant Fest, sets fire to the town, and gets Servant Fest cancelled. Why? We still don't know who she is. All we know for sure is that she's ridiculously strong. Everyone she hits with their hammer becomes a sticker to be added to her collection. And now they're just starting that many servants trying to stop her out of fear. Me? Of course I'm not going to fight her. I'm a pacifist after all. That's rich coming from a king who's never actually lost a fight. You know. As for me, I'm worried about how there have been so many human tourists around lately. Apparently, it's because of the Earthman race happening on the western end of the island. They say they're living spirits from different historical periods to clears, but wherever they come from, I don't think I could live with myself if the priestess or the reset flash killed them. Sorry, what's the Earthman race? I'm glad, yeah, the Earthman race is the world's best and biggest triathlon. The pinnacle of human competition where contestants vie in swimming, cycling, and running, one after the other. It's held in different places all around the world, and the final competition takes place in Kona on the island of Hawaii. This year's Serva Fest has added it to their event roster. Should servants use their superhuman abilities to compete? So there are so many tourists to watch. Oh, I had no idea there was something like that going on here. BBC certainly never said anything about it. Alright, speaking of shortages, I'm also worried about what's going down at the Queen of Sheba's printing press. Obviously, Dojin are the main attraction of the Servant Fest market, and you need paper to make them. But word has it that our employees are about this close to going on strike. You can't imagine the Queen of Sheba of all people skimping on salaries, so there may be something more going on. So the enshrined deity's priestess, the Earthman race, and a strike at the local printing press. Thank you, this was really helpful. Don't mention if you want to keep going with your research, I suggest visiting Diamond Head next. And that's where the UDK branch office is, so there's a good chance you'll find a Knight of the Round Table there too. Oh, that's really helpful. Diamond Head! What is this, Ben 10? Wow, it's so spacious out here. It feels more like a wide open prairie than a mountain. I love it. That must have made it so quick and easy to get here too. It was amazing how little wind resistance it had for something so big. That's so big. And don't even get me started on how cool it was to look down at the beach on the right here. Open side, so it's like being outside the whole time. I think they're called trolleys, right? Let's take one back to the hotel too. Well, I'll be down. I never thought I'd see such an overtly touristy couple out here in this southern savannah. I can see now, the two of you out here touring nature with all the conveniences of modern civilization, making memories and streaming them live on Servant Talk. Ah, youth, the sheer concentrated sweetness of youth, it's even sweeter than one of those rainbow shaved ice bowls. Well, I, for one, am grateful. I've been waiting for bastards like you with brains stuffed full of sugar to show up. I mean, that just sounds delicious, doesn't it? Anyway, hi there, city slickers. It's time for you to learn the harsh realities of nature and just how fragile humans are. Meaning, I'm going to pound the snot out of you and take all those lovely artistic traits of yours for myself. Sad. I know. This Drag Warriors 2. This will be very nearly as hard for me as it will be painful for you. Deep down, we're all beasts at heart, right? So why can't we all just get along? But I will chose a cat eat cat world. You can't get those sweet likes on your own. You just gotta take them. And for my forces today, I've got two special guests from the UDK. Carter, who grew up in a southern land of unforgiving sunlight. Can't buy in temperatures who don't even use sunscreen. Is your sun protection strategy sound? And you made N, the beach bomber who destroys would-be heroic spirit pickup artist on site. Is that your way of saying I'm dynamite? You're really not a sweet talking girl, Spirit. What are we gonna do? Do we not have the same kind of aura as the famous heroic spirit club? But there's something unusual about them and it's making me feel like I should keep my distance. That's a tragedy. First we beat you down mentally, then we beat you down for real. Now, who the hell do you think you are entering our turf without permission? This here's UDK territory. If you want in, you've got one hell of a cover charge to pay. I see what it is. Yeah. All right. Whew.
普段よりは多少ほんの少し手を緩めてあげましょう。聖剣バトルではありません。遠慮をやめましょう。見せてみなさい。心に残る精密さ。光指の鋭く大切に生きや。ただいま生物大切に生きや。ひと夏のいいでしょう。大波だ。今一度この救済の技を。ホールアバル。我が記憶の底より湧き出。
500%.
最果ての極光。サマークールドズナリ。浮かれてんじゃないわよ。触るな。来やがったな、水曜の大波。行くぞ相棒。痛いっす。華やかでしたか。それは結構。 新しく術を作って正解でした。
Such sensitivity, such productivity, such expressivity. All universal creativity is bang. Sup, senpai? Sorry about that. I didn't realize my sunglasses were broken. They made you seem like the head of a club that walks around with vicious beasts. Welcome to the UDK Diamond Head branch office semester. Allow me to greet you on behalf of our absent captain. So you made an alcohol high? I figured you'd still be at your desk crying about how you'll never be done with your reports. Apparently not. Get called out! If you're here now, I think I'll go back to the beach. Not a lot of great summer memories in the mountains, really. I see you know Ashlyn too, then. Nice to meet you both. I'm... now I know we just met, but could I ask you a question? Question, are you hitting on me too? Wait, what are you doing here? This might be the ocean, but it's not the kind of inner sea where you should be. Trust me, there's nothing for you at human resorts. Wow! Called out twice, yikes! Unless you think they'll accept the food was so good, the facilities were so nice, and everything was just so pleasant that I forgot as an excuse for why you failed to carry out your duty. I see, I guess that would be kind of a problem for a spirit like that to be around. Yes, it would. So if I were you, I'd turn around and go back to Chaldea now, before you cross the point of no return. The senpai's warnings are really helpful. I can personally vouch for that. Yeet. Hey, you're the one who brought her here. If you're gonna be like that, you'd better be ready for me to show up to your nighttime beach barbecue. I see, so that's your way of thinking us for answering these questions. Then I suppose I'd better answer them as well if I also wish to attend this barbecue event. Okay. So, what is it you would like to know from that limited perspective of yours? About how Ultra, of course. Anything you can tell us about the Anti-Servant Fest Alliance would be great. We also want to know if you've noticed anything suspicious, dangerous, or criminal-ish. Criminal-ish? The Anti-Servant Fest Alliance, huh? Sorry, but I'm not saying anything about them. But I can tell you about something dangerous. In fact, it's the whole reason we're here. You still haven't been to the forest, right? For some reason, the forest here is always on fire. You can't tell at a glance, but there are trees that are consistently smoking. If you don't cut them down quickly, they'll start a serious wildfire that'll lay waste to the area and kill a lot of wildlife. So we're out here patrolling the woods, making sure that doesn't happen. Anyway, yeah, I guess that Serva trying to burn itself down is our biggest concern at the moment. That's not all. Strange happenings have been taking place in the city as well. For example, cumulonimbus cloud has been lingering off the western coast for several days now. We're worried it could devastate a well-trusted urban zone if it were to make land. The residents on the western side are already complaining about weird plumbing problems due to the changes in atmospheric pressure. So nominate the cumulonimbus cloud to the west of the island as another phenomenon to keep an eye on. I see. Thank you. This is all really helpful. More things to investigate? I thought we'd just have to look into the anti-servant fest alliance. Oh, I've got one too. What's UDK anyway? Oh yes, UDK is an organization formed to protect Welch's forest and wildlife. It stands for Union Defense Knights. Our headquarters is in the west. We joined because their organization's captain personally recruited us to assist in serving as Welch's Knights. Taking the job at his door isn't something one can do easily. Even I would have avoided it if I could. But I couldn't very well ignore the sight of a fellow heroic spirit carrying out their duties so proudly. So after a great deal of anguish and fretting, Dynamite and I swore an oath and joined the alliance. As a result, we had to give up any of the usual club activities. It's too bad. I was hoping to make a book this year that would put Arjuna's pitiful career recipe book to shame. Yeah. With Bima here, let's go! See, so you chose the duty to protect the forest over your own desires. Oh, just for the mornings. Our afternoons and evenings are free to spend how we like. Besides, I also need to look after the 100 princes. I see, so you trade posts to split your time between working and having fun. That sounds great. EDK, was it? I love the idea of protecting the woods while also enjoying Servant Fest. Whoever this captain of yours is must be a great person, since they're obviously a guardian knight. I'm guessing it's Percival? Oh yeah, probably. They're definitely the tallest of all the knights. Well, hey, if I run into them on patrol, I'll let them know the Fairy of the Sacred Sword was really moved. That should be more than enough reward for a Knight of the Round Table. Waikiki Beach. We're here at long last, the tropical ocean. The clear blue sky, the sparkling blue sea, this is nothing like fair Britain. And then there's the searing sun paired with that cool breeze. What a great combination. There's not a single pebble anywhere on this impeccably well-kept beach, and wow, so many people having so much fun all at once. In fact, it's actually scary how absolutely every single person here is smiling so genuinely. Is there some kind of particle going around here I should be worried about? And if there is, why can't we get some for Britain? Just kidding, this is no place to be comparing to Fairy Britain. Honestly, this apparel feeling of freedom doesn't compare to anything. Right now, I'm just gonna enjoy Hawaii. Now she's running along the beach like a car on Nitro gone berserk. Oh yes, certainly does. No matter their age, it all begins with the sun. It's both the fundamental and ultimate object of worship. In the face of its glorious rays, no living thing can restrain their animalistic instincts. Okay, Dogs run gleefully along the shore, cats doze peacefully in their shade, and clever foxes like yours truly sidle right on up before you know it. That's right, I don't remember who first called me this, but I, the beast of summer, have reappeared most dangerously. Morning, why master, it's nearly noon now. Did you only just wake up perhaps? Anyway, I'm glad I found you in time. For there's no better time to enjoy Hawaii's beaches than the morning. Even if it is always summer here in Hawaii and weather can still change on a dime, it's not unusual for sudden rain or gloomy clouds to pop up in the afternoon. And when it rains, it really does pour here more than... Oh, okay, hold on. Pause. And when it rains, it really does pour here more than you might think. Fucks like me can't help but wish we would see more in the way of sun showers. Oh. Alright, sun showers. That reminds me of Suzuka's Noble Phantasm. How is she this year anyway? I do get the feeling she's about to jump into the swimsuit scene with an outfit that would put even the gods to shame, but... Wow, I just turned away for a second and you've already got another beautiful woman keeping you company? Why, thank you. I just love unvarnished compliments. Yeah! I don't believe we've had the pleasure, have we? I'm Tamao no Mai. I usually dress in a manner much more befitting of a shrine maiden, but now that it's summer, I decided to go with something a little more entrancing. I was just linking arms with Master here, enjoying her flustered reaction. That being said, I also know when to hold back, so please just think of me as a second beautiful beach sun. I see, so I guess that means any beach with you on it is a dangerous one then. She's not the only dangerous one. As you can see, there are real live Oni here too. Yes, that's right. That right there. That's the look of fear humans should have when suddenly confronted by an Oni. Normally, I'd snatch that snazzy hat from you in lieu of saying hello. But your luck today, girl who looks like a spirit tamer. So it happens, I'm hungry right now. So I'll let you and your hat off the hook for just 2 servings of the coconut ice cream that truck is selling. How about it? Coconut ice cream it is! Hey, that's not how it was supposed to go. The whole point is to take stuff from people who don't want to give it. What's with that girl anyway? Is she too pure to tell when someone's lying or something? And I see that despite your haughty tone, you're very pure for it yourself. So pure you actually think of a white lie as a real lie. Uh-huh, lies are lies. The hell do you even mean? Yeah. To lie is to deceive. How's a white lie different from a real lie? It's not! And lies don't fool me. I treat everything I can see in front of me as the truth. Here we go. Triple. Oh, ho, a cone with 3 scoops of ice cream in a giant tower. You know my taste? Well, they're all the same flavor. Oh, I see. So they call this the coconut tree. No extra, but aren't cones like this supposed to have all different flavors? Yay, for ice cream. So cold and yummy. Thanks, Ashley. Okay, now seems a good time to ask. Are either of you part of the Anti-Servant Fest Alliance? What? What are you saying? Do I look like the kind of Oni who would throw a lot with a bunch of small-time villains like them? And answer is the most emphatic no. And just so you know, Master and Company, that question is considered extremely rude here in Howell Trail, so you may want to be careful who you ask. Is the Anti-Servant Fest Alliance that bad? I don't know if I'd necessarily say bad, but it is their fault that the Servant Fest finale the second time around was cancelled. It would be one thing if they kept to themselves, but they've also been messing with other clubs' books. Going to Servant Fest and seeing all those signs that say new book still unprinted or no new books here feels like a scene out of hell itself. Both the club members and the con goers are like living dead. Thanks to that alliance, the Normalization Committee resets Servant Fest with that strange light of theirs before it ever has a chance to end. I see. Is that really so terrible? Yeah, I might be a villain, but I never make that much trouble. Yeah, it's like, hey, whoa. Besides, having the festival shut down is demotivating for the food truck owners too, which means the food doesn't taste as good. I'm sorry if I offended you. I still don't really know anything about Servant Fest. In that case, can you think of anything else going on that's disturbing the peace and the singularity then? Me, of course. As an owner of Mount Oe, I'm always ready to go on a raid. But aside from me, well, I don't like the hotel that was just built on the island's west side. I went there once to pretend to book a room, but they wouldn't even let me in because they said it was members only. I couldn't even sneak in thanks to the scary, tight, bounded field they put up around it. Oh? It's suspicious as hell. I could just tell real villains are getting up to no good in there. Oh yes, that fancy new resort. They even turned me away. Said something about it being reservations only. However, that man who showed up at the industrial booth is even worse. You know what he said? Servant Fest's finale will never arrive. I'm going to end their wallets long before he gets a chance. Can you believe him and his stupid black clothes and sunglasses? Who does he think he is, going on about prioritizing sales and economic domination? That's right, he still hasn't revealed his identity, but he has made it clear he means to claim Hawaltra for himself. We do know he calls his company the Tezcatli Corporation, and even though he's a sun type, he's a black sun that can't be trusted. Tezcatlipoca. Really? So there's a new shady hotel on the west side and a servant dressed in black talking about island domination. Got it. What's going on? How could there already be another new suspect? That tree fire that sounds like it's ringing out from a dark cave. Is that? Yes, this world overflows with evil. Even on a tropical island paradise, there is no escaping it. That is why Avengers like myself are needed. We save good and healthy entertainment from those who mean it harm. I know that talking style. Let's go. Easy! But do not misunderstand or think me my accomplice. The reason we right the wrongs found in this tropical land is that the sun is so bright. Hey, I know you're that kuhaha guy. I have no clue what you're talking about, though. Kuhaha. Edmond Dantes! Indeed, it is I, the summer Edmond Dantes, has removed his usual cloak of black flame. Okay. Usual cloak of black flame and has been watching ships go back and forth from the far reaches of the pier. Oh man, looks like we've got yet another unusual figure here. You showed up early this time, huh? Don't say that, Master. I am well aware. I simply couldn't bear to watch anymore. Now, take up your arms, for information is not meant to be acquired lightly. If you get used to equating finishing your work with simply hanging out at the beach now, you'll have trouble when you grow up and start living on your own. Which is why these summer monsters and I are going to whip you and your attitude back into shape. Oh, am I part of your team too, Count? Since Ashlyn just bought me ice cream, I'd rather not fight her for a little while. But if that's what Kuhaha wants, I guess it'll just be easier to just go along with it. Kuhaha is my favorite nickname for her. Thank you both for your understanding and cooperation. I suppose this goes to show why friends are so important. Now, take out the remains of the memories that lie on this beach. I am sure the two of you can use them. Ooh. Whoa, I can feel Koha's power surging within me. Well, it's starting to feel cooler now, but I still don't know what this stuff is. It at least doesn't seem evil or anything. Now come, my beach friends. Let us become the three calamities and test the child of prophecy for ourselves. Hang on, what'd you just say?
普段よりは多少ほんの少し手を緩めてあげましょう。おっと、ここでアクシデント。格の違いを知りなさい。ただいま生物大切にケア。ただいま生物中。楽しく気楽にね。みんな息について。
Bro, I love having some Artillery Avalon. Like, woo boy.
Hi, 気に入りました。私の手にすがりつきなさい。2階は特用。魂この湖。サマープールドスマイ。にゃほー。来やがったな、水曜の大波。行くぞ相棒。普段は当然すぎて何も感じませんが、喝采も悪くはありませんね。
This is so bad. 120 here, 21. Possible Kuha's power. It's leaving me. And that fever. I know that fever. It's a cursed fever that makes people mock and ostracize one another. How could such a thing exist on this island? Irk. And my beautiful skin is, well, it's far from ruined, but it did feel like this lovely wet t-shirt was about to freeze. That curse is so very cold, like a blizzard. Did you bring it back from the peak of Mauna Kea? That was one of the three calamities, or perhaps I should say one of the three trials created on this island. If servant fastest to see another day, let alone its promised finale, these calamities must be addressed. Furthermore, that man said that an anti-calamity professional, the child of prophecy, would come from Chaldea to banish them. How do you think this man meant me? That I'm the chosen one who's meant to deal with these three calamities? No, I was talking about Ashlyn. Are you a chosen one? Oh no, not me. I should have known you were talking about her. I'm sorry for being so self-absorbed. Please, go on. I have nothing more to say. This is the end of my warning. Know that this battle is but a harbinger of things to come, girl of prophecy. Although there may be only one situation you need to resolve, you need to solve myriad mysteries to do so. To do so, think hard, for this island has become an altar upon which rests the fate of the very world. Dante's. One moment. All right. Servant Fest, Day 2, Investigation, Day 1. Lunchtime. That's what I think I learned so far. The island's name changed from Lulahawa to Haweltria. A mysterious slight reset Servant Fest. A new normalization committee is overseeing the Servant Fest. An anti-Servant Fest alliance formed to oppose the committee. The island's forest are constantly at risk of wildfires. A mysterious luxury hotel has been built on the west side. West side. AP pounds have replaced B-Bucks as currency, and the latter are now completely worthless. The printing company staff is on the verge of going on strike. A mysterious cumulonimbus cloud can be seen off the western coast. Leaking water. Lots of tourists come to watch the Earthman race, and there isn't enough staff to keep up. A man with an industrial booth is planning to make a killing at Servant Fest. I lost my swimsuit. The Tri-Deity Priestess, who's obviously Bavanshi. Yarandu, who's obviously Naknaria. And supposedly there are 3 calamities too. The Child Prophecy. Are they kidding me? Did you add something extra in there? You think? You probably just misheard. Anywho. What the hell? That's way too many problems for 2 detectives to solve on their own. And then there was that mock Sir Nuno's, all that 3 calamities talk. If you want to make this place Fairy Britain that badly, just get... just get us over here and be done with it, damn it. Oh man, that's too much. Simmer down. Oh yes, I know how you feel, Ali. But you need to calm down. You're making berserkers everywhere look bad. In your circumstances, that should feel like you're wasting your precious time. Or that you'd like to just blow off work and have fun doing whatever you want. But nature is a harsh mistress. Just like with the ant and the grasshopper, the only way to survive the winter of life is to really put those toe beans to the grindstone. I know that every time this place gets another 5-star review on Yelp, I get even busier and start reconsidering my life choices. So on that note here, when you're irritated, eating something soft is the way to go. Don't worry, it's on the house. Oh, thanks. Well, if it's on the house. Whoa, that's so sweet. What's it called? Cinnamon toast, huh? Thanks so much, waitress. This is yummy. I'm way more motivated now. Good, good. But save that gratitude for future you, since she's the one who'll be putting in the work tomorrow. Did you overhear us? Of course not. I was just being considerate of the people around me to a perfectly appropriate degree. Anyway, I take it you're investigating something, Master? Sorry, but I can't reveal my cafe's recipes. You're more than welcome to try and replicate them yourself, though. I actually would love to try that, but not now. We're investigating whatever's threatening the singularity. We thought it would be an open and shut case at first, but the more we look into it, the more problems we find. One guy even said something about the fate of the world resting on the singularity. Yeah, Dante's does have kind of a flair for the dramatic. The guy with the black cloak, huh? Yeah, he does tend to exaggerate, but I'm pretty sure he's never been wrong. He exaggerates a lot, but he's also scarily accurate, which is, So if the fate of the world really is at stake, this cat's not about to sit it out. Besides, this year's servant fast is way too constraining. Not everyone goes for health foods after all. So people are all about meat and potatoes dripping with delicious grease. You just gotta make sure you don't overdo it is all. So you're pretty firmly against the normalization committee, eh? I don't suppose you happen to know anything about the Anti-Servant Fest Alliance, do you? Anything, hell, I'm one of the founding members, though I've stepped back from my duties lately. That was easy. Then do you know where they meet up? Of course I do. It's a restaurant called the Chun Chun Tay we were going to use for our lodge before it became a withered husk of our failed dreams. If you want to talk to the other members, head there. You'll find it by the Trade Center. Oh. It shouldn't be too hard to track down. It's renowned for its exotic atmosphere. So, there is a issue with this node. You see how it's like 1 of 4? Well, 3 of 4 and 4 of 4 are progress gated. It's 7 p.m. So I can't do all of that right now. So I'm gonna end day 1 here. But before we go, I'm gonna leave you with the Artoria Summer Pulse. Anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow on stream. Bye-bye.
こんにちは。難事件発生と聞いてやってきましたアルトリアキャスターです。そして当然夏なので水着です。詳しい事情は知りませんが、どーんと私に任せて任せて。クラスは何かって？それは何でしょうね。ようこそレオナ。マス私、成長した？私、レベルアップだ。なぜそんなことにという顔ですね。これには深い事情があるのです。詳細は利益第3の私に聞いてください。せめて頭の飾り取れない？取れない。それが一番重要なメタファー。そうなんだ。己オベロン。レベルアップだ。知性。分かっていたことですが変化なしです。この可愛いけど今じゃないんだよなーのエプロン風水着から風雅かつ華麗に着替えるのはこの後。あれ？次の再臨ってもしかしてアバロンな私？私の水着ってこれがファイナルフォームか？マウスピースの扱い慣れてきた気がする。綺麗な音を出せるまで頑張るね。はい、申し訳ありません。ここからはアルトリアキャスターに代わって 彼女の本質、アルトリア・アバロンでお送りします。本質というのはやや語弊がありますが、話すと長くなるのでまたいつか。それよりどうでしょう、この姿。普段は甲冑で露出ゼロの私ですが、本気になればこのように。泳ぎも即売会も撮影もどんと来いです。積み重ね型。長い墜落から目覚めると、そこは南国の海だった。よかった、最後に間に合って。アバロンの私も鬼ではなかったようです。カジュアルなのもエプロンドレスもいいけど、夏の海には王道のスイムスーツですよね。お祭りはいずれ終わるものですが、今は時間を忘れて輝く記憶をあなたと。よーし、しみったれた夏の記憶を上書き更新してやるぞー。積み重ねが大切です。細かく丁寧に成長していきましょう。いつまでも変わりないっす。いつま我ながらようこそ。いつまでいつまで我ながら やあ、いらっしゃいだね、マスター。いつまでも変わりない姿ですか？お褒めいただき恐縮です。我ながらいい調整だ。惚れ惚れしちゃう。次はもっといい仕事をするからね。
そろクエストに戻る？いいよ。その代わり戻ってきたらまた新しい話を聞かせてほしいな。海の日というと、日本では祝日としての認識が強いとのことですが、海外ではお祭りの日、優れたマスターには幸運がついて回ると言います。いえ、私が今そのように思っ